Okay, guys, we are officially recording. I'm really excited, Jana. This is Jana Brady, and she is kicking off our calls for our guest speaker, our next chunk of calls for guest speakers, and Jana is kicking them off. So Jana is technically my level 4 above me, but she's really like my substitute sponsor. So, Jana, I'll let you take it away, and you can share your story and go for it.
Awesome. Thank you, Rachel. And yeah, Rachel is my level 1 in my heart. So Rachel asked me to share because, my journey has not been like some of the journeys that you see. A lot of journeys are highlighted in Plexus that go really fast, and it seems so smooth and it seems so effortless. And guys, that's not the way that it always goes. And I'm kind of one of those, people that, I've had my ups and downs, but I will say before I get started that every single step of the way and every single challenge, I've learned something. So I'm hoping that you guys, get something from what I'm about to share. Now, I'm going to preface this by, I am going to be reading a little bit because I really just wanted for you guys to get everything that I wanted to say. And I'm a talker, and so I tend to go off on tangents. So I'm just going to kind of share with you guys what I've compiled. So anyway, I'm going to be very transparent, and I just hope that it helps you guys not make the same mistakes maybe that I made, in my journey. So here's my story. I jumped right in as a business builder before even taking the products. I had done a ton of research, and I watched my sponsor quickly find success in the business. And I was excited that I could safely take these products while I was nursing my 3-month-old. I was laid off from my corporate position just days before my maternity leave was up. And so, I needed to rethink how I was going to pull my weight financially for my family, because my income was definitely a huge part of our budget, and still be able to stay at home with Jack. So, it's kind of a backstory. Summer and fall were huge, staggering momentum months for Plexus. This was in 2013. I started in October of 2013. This is, before then. But they were huge momentum months, and that's kind of where you see a lot of our upline, like Blair and Melissa and Suzanne and Celeste. That's, they exploded. And so that's what I saw. They were ranking month after month, and I wanted to jump on that train with them. It was all about weight loss. In 2013, we had the original accelerator, which you guys weren't around for that, but people were losing crazy amounts of weight on that accelerator product. So we really weren't focusing on the health side of the products. So kind of fast forward, I joined in October. Then in November, Plexus reformulated the accelerator because there was an ingredient that was confused with another supplement that the FDA was red flagging that was dangerous. The new accelerator had a slower result in terms of weight loss, but it had other health benefits that were incredible. So changes are rarely received easily, and the blessing is that it forced us to dig in and learn how amazing that our other products were. Hello, Triplex. That's kind of where that originated for me, was that I had to really figure out how our products benefited others. But despite that, despite all of that, my first month sharing Plexus, I made almost $600. I went silver that first month, and then I hit gold by month 4, and then I ranked up to senior gold relatively quickly in 6 months. So I had 4 strong legs growing towards gold. Everything was going awesome. But within the space of 3 months, my team started to completely fall apart. And then I was seriously struggling to maintain senior gold for a whole entire year. I had completely jumped on the health and wellness train, but other people on my team were still so focused on the weight loss and losing that original accelerator that they weren't willing to rethink along with me. So I really struggled with pulling them into, changing that thought process. And also, 3 of my guys, listen to this. 3 of my 4 legs literally fell apart before my eyes. What I learned quickly is that when a leader loses focus or walks away, their team usually follows suit. And I spent probably about six weeks in a pity party for Jana. And at the end of last summer, I decided to turn that around. And instead of pointing those fingers outwards at what this person's not doing and what that person's not doing, I turned my finger back to me. And, I was protecting my ego, but it wasn't them that was hindering my success. It was me. I needed to self-examine and figure out what myself, I could do better, or what I could do to change the course in the survival of my dreams and my team. So what was I doing wrong? I was not nurturing my relationships with my team. I made the mistake of thinking that by giving them all the answers, by being the product guru, by being the compensation plan guru, that I was providing the support that they needed. But this is only partly true because, I needed to also nurture and grow a personal relationship with them. I needed to build trust. When life happens, and I say that because, I experienced this with the legs that fell apart. Life happened. A grandmother died. A team member had to go back to school and pursue nursing because she was a military wife and they weren't able to, make ends meet. There's life that happens. So when life happens, and it will, you want your team to feel comfortable coming to you and asking for help. Once that they have checked out, it is incredibly hard to turn that around. I also needed to empower them to find the answers so that they can grow as leaders and experts in their own right. I needed to encourage them to support their teams and not rely on me to carry the load. I was not spending time in personal growth and development. As my team grew, I was not growing along with them as a strong leader. I lacked confidence in myself as a leader. But what strengths did I have? These were my strengths. I had belief. I had belief in the products in the company. I had belief that I would someday be financially free. I had a drive to grow. I had a need for knowledge. I had a very strong why. My children, that was my why. I was a natural people person and I craved relationship. So with that, here are a few tips from what I've learned when my business was falling apart. By following these truths, things quickly turned around and my team began to explode. So, number 1, balance your personal growth with your knowledge growth. You must put as much or more effort into learning how to lead as you do in learning the products in the business. Anyone can build a business, but you must work diligently on yourself so that you can be the leader that your team needs and wants to follow. You must have belief in the company, in the products, but just as importantly, you must have belief in yourself. You are capable of being just the leader that your team needs. Number 2, start a team page sooner rather than later. Your team, whether it's 2, 5, or 50, needs to identify you as their leader. Not me, not Rachel, not Christina, not Mary, you. You also need to have a forum to nurture the bonds and the relationships among your team members. You create your culture for your team. You want that culture to be one of support, encouragement, and family. Create a safe and fun, inspirational place where your team can grow and identify. That is so key and so important. Why is it important? Because it encourages sideline relationships. Your team needs these. Sidelines and power partners make this business enjoyable and meaningful. Without this, personally, I may not have had the encouragement that I needed to push through the hard times that I went through. You know, having a place for your team to ask questions, to seek support, and share other successes and failures together is crucial. Another thing, friendly competition. When teammates are highlighted for their success or growth, it's not just supporting them, but others who may not feel as confident in the business side of Plexus may be encouraged that so many others are able to do this business and maybe they can do it too. So the momentum in action is powerful. Your team page should be a place that provides the following: education and training, obviously. Edification. This is huge, 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 huge. Praise and highlight your teammates. Breathe your belief into them. Posts that encourage participation, action. Action's huge. Inspiration, momentum, excitement, and fun. Provide a place to engage. Provide a place where people feel comfortable asking questions and asking for support. Encourage relationships and partnerships. Next, and I don't know what number I'm on, maybe 3 or 4, find your leaders and love them hard. What changed everything in my business was when I dedicated myself to finding my leaders on my team and locking arms with them regardless of their rank or level to me. Hello, Rachel, right? There was no way for me to create momentum and excitement alone. I can't do it alone, and neither can you. I needed others with the same goals and encouragement, and to, just encourage the masses. And I needed to focus on their goals and to encourage their growth and their leadership. This was literally an aha moment for me and my leadership, and everything started to click into place when I shifted my focus to them and not to me. So how do you identify a leader? Are they growing a team? And or are they consistent getting customers? Now, this is not necessary. Many leaders are just waiting to have a reason to grow. And I will highlight Sadie right there. Sadie is an incredible leader. She needed a reason. And if you don't know Sadie, friend her. She's amazing. Are they motivated? Are they driven? Are they positive? Are they engaged in the team? Are they cheerleaders? Are they self-starters? Are they knowledge seekers? Those are all major identifiers of leaders. Next is the 80-20 rule. You want to spend 80% of your time with 10 to 20% that are all in, and 20% of your time with 80% that are not yet. And the key is not yet, because as I know personally, you nurture those relationships and you will be surprised who becomes your rock star. Um, always, always be reevaluating and watching for those that are ready to go for it. Minds will change. Someone who is a wholesale ambassador today may be your biggest rock star 3 months from now. So always be checking in and building those relationships and that trust with your team. If you find that you do not have a strong business building level 1 organization yet, keep building. But also reach down and link arms with someone who is strong, whether it's a level 2 or 5. Pour into your leaders and bring them together so that they can build sideline relationships and support each other. Your leaders are your backbone of your organization. The more that they identify with each other and support each other, the stronger that they will be. They have similar goals and dreams and can provide so much to each other. These relationships will be strong and are so important. And lastly, in this part of is to facilitate leadership growth. You can do this through book discussion groups, which I know that your team does, which is amazing. Identify strengths and ask them to use those strengths on your team page. Are they natural encouragers? Are they awesome at putting documents together? Are they organized? Are they great at making video trainings? Are they online party experts? So, it's endless, but challenge them to take charge of something that builds leadership. Consider bringing them into a leadership challenge group, just for them and anyone else that decides to step up to the plate. Use this group for weekly challenges. It's a more in-depth training, and here's that word again. It's relationship building. This is how it's not my group anymore. It's all of our group, but the Rising Emeralds, that's how it was born. We started with 13 of my leaders, and that's where my business changed. We started that group, and it was just a beautiful thing. You can start a group or start a chat, and your leaders will bounce. Deals off each other, and they'll seek encouragement and seek support, but that is seriously the bread and butter, is linking them together. One of the most important responsibilities when helping your leaders lead is to watch for growth and then let go when they're ready. Step back, let them lead. Take the back seat and support their efforts. Let them shine. Always, always, always be on the lookout for your next leader and be ready to pour into them and start the process all over again. Okay, so last, what else can you do when you're in a business slump? We're all gonna have this. This is just part in the nature of this business, is that it's a roller coaster ride. We're up and we're down. You know what? I'm in that down right now. I thought I was gonna hit Emerald in December, maybe January tops. Like January was gonna be like, for sure. No. I'm not hitting Emerald this month. I've been in a holding pattern, and you know what? I have to dig deeper. And so I have to dig into my belief, and I have to dig into my why, and I have to dig into my personal growth and development, and I have to become a better leader. It's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. That's where my belief comes in. It's not if, it's when. So anyway, let's go to what else can you do when you're in a business slump? Never say if. If gives you an out. It allows you room to give up. Walk away, not try as hard as you should. Say when. When I promote to Emerald. When I'm able to leave my job. When I hit Diamond. When. Believe you will, and talk as if you are going to get there. Be a diamond. and qualification. Self-talk is powerful. Make sure it moves you to attack your goals. Make sure that make sure you are going silver every single month. You need to demonstrate what you want your team to be doing. So build wide. If you don't have a strong team growing, keep building. Don't focus on the quitters. They did not have what it takes. It was not their time for better health or for a business opportunity. You keep your eyes forward, focus on the green lines and the blue lines, and let the white lines go. It is easier to give birth than to raise the dead. And we have a lot of us that have been in this business for a while have heard that phrase, but it is very true. Surround yourself with positive people. Find your own accountability and support system among other plexies. That is so huge. That is what has kept me going for the last 2.5 years, is my support system. And it's not my upline, guys. These are sideline sisters, people that I don't financially benefit and they don't financially benefit from me. These are just friendships and people that support me and love me. It's so important. Always continue growing your personal development and your product knowledge. You can always know more and be more. Listen twice as much as you speak. Listen to your team, your customers, and your potentials. They will tell you exactly what they need. When you listen, you can do what is best for them, not for you, for them. Have fun. Always have fun. Be obsessed with your goals. Think about your ultimate goal and then work backwards. What do you need to do the next week, the next month, in 6 months, in a year to get there? Do not, this is huge, do not allow life to derail your dreams. Do not allow someone else to derail your dreams. You focus laser on your dreams and you make that your priority. Do not let anything come in the way of that, no matter what it is. Life happens. Make sure that you are solid enough to weather the tough times, either in business or in your personal life. This business is not for the weak. You will become a force through standing firm in adversity. It will happen. And when it does, allow it to reshape you into something that's unstoppable. And that's what I have, Miss Rachel.
Thank you so much, Jana. Thank you for sharing that. I love your story because I know some of the people that were excited to hear it aren't on, so I'm assuming they're going to tune into the recording. But I know that there were a couple of people that have been sort of struggling with feeling discouraged and feeling like, okay, I'm doing all the right things and nothing is changing. And, I'm doing, people say to do A, B, C, and D, and I'm doing A, B, C, and D. And it's just that 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. And so that's why I so love your story, is through like a year of, it looked like nothing was changing. You were so consistent and so faithful. And what so encourages me is that when I signed on, you were at the place of where I am now. So I look at that and just, in a year, where could I be and where, what could I be providing for my family? And so I love that. Thank you so much for sharing your awesome tips and your story.